share. If there's a problem with your card, doesn't make sense, call the bank. You find out $5,000 is coming out of your bank account and you're overdrawn. No idea what's going on. While you're talking to the bank, trying to figure out what just happened, get a call from your significant other. Before you have the opportunity to vent and share what's happening, you realize they're breaking up with you. So you just decide, I gotta go home. I gotta go chill out for a minute. Go to your car. Somebody just broke in. Your stomach's tied up in a knot. Feel like you're about to pass out. The world's spinning around you. Fuck. How would you like to know? In moments like that, how to take fear by the nuts and show it who's boss.
Yeah.
My name is Elo'Esh, and I'm an ordained priestess. I'm a minister for Medicine Path Native American Church. I've had my degree in counseling psychology from California Institute of Integral Studies since 2008. And for over 30 years, since I was a little girl in a program for gifted students, inspired by what I was being taught, I've studied the subconscious mind and how it keeps us playing small and how we can access it to help us make miracles happen in our lives. And because of the work that I've been able to do, I was invited to work ceremonially with former presidential vice candidate Barbara Marx Hubbard to help her in the release of her last book and in her Agents of Conscious Evolution training. And I've been invited to speak around the world as a spiritual teacher and a speaker. So I'm going to share with you today 3 of my superpowers. And, you know, I haven't always been like the badass taking fear by the nuts that you see before you today, right? About 15 years ago, I met, fell in love with, and married the love of my life. Dan was the kind of person that, well, I admired him very greatly, even before we fell in love. He was the kind of person that I knew I could count on to be there in any kind of circumstance. Not just because he was really smart and capable, but because he's the kind of person that would want to be there to help. Not just me, but anybody in the community. We became performance artists together. We spent as much time as we could together, and it was laughter, it was creativity, it was fun, it was passion. We even had people on the street. We visited San Francisco. We lived in Utah at the time. We had people on the street in San Francisco come up and tell us how beautiful we were together. It's like a dream, right? But we ended up moving, actually, out here to California together, and everything turned around really fast. The stress of leaving our community behind and leaving our families and just the 2 of us, it affected us very differently. My action was to get out there and see who's out there, what's happening in the Bay Area, and get our life going. Unfortunately, his response was to start using methamphetamines. And so it wasn't very long before I found myself, our relationship and my home have been turned into a total toxic waste dump. And on Valentine's Day, don't you love the timing of things, Valentine's Day 2002, I was signing papers for a restraining order against the man that I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life with. Now, fortunately, when I moved out to the Bay Area, I did the same thing that a lot of us do. I started taking yoga, and I started meditating. Thank God, because I had that practice in place. And early on, now, I could horrify you with some of the details of what happened. But truthfully, it's toxic. I don't want to repeat it. Early on, before it got completely tragic, in a meditation, I got a powerful message from Spirit. And the voice said, "This is not a punishment. This is your strength training course. You're here to do really important things. And there's no way you can do really important things if you don't have some challenges and figure out how to move through. So you signed up for this. You're going to be okay. Keep your eyes open. Pay attention. Because you're going to use this to help yourself through, and you're going to help other people to get through the chaos, the total life wipeouts, right? So that's what I did. And on the other side of that, cleaning up my house, several $1,000s to restore the crazy ass mess, the love of my life I created, I looked back and realized I didn't have one regret. I didn't have one thing I wish I'd done differently. And I knew then that what I wanted to do was to help other women to be able to walk through whatever came their way with clarity, with wisdom, grace. Basically, I had to clear my nuts and show up as boss. So who here is ready to learn a little bit about that? Yeah? All right. So I'm going to have you stand up. We imagine big fear that's just recently kicked your ass, or you anticipate maybe coming up in the near future. I want you to reach out. Grab fear by the nuts. Spank it. Hey, you're not the boss of me. I'm the boss. Right. Turn to your neighbor and say, "Fear's not the boss of you. Fear's not the boss of you. You're the boss." Yeah. All right. Okay, you can sit down now. Let him go. Let him go. So, superpower number 1. What does fear hate the most? The kryptonite of fear. Can anybody guess? Love. You'd think so, right? Love actually can lead to spiritual bypass. Anybody familiar with that word? Just love everybody. It's all good. Anger? No. That's an ally of fear. Action. The most powerful tool that I found to dissolve fear, and actually Shannon mentioned the word a couple times, comadre, curiosity. Non-judgment. What's happening? Open, right? Because truthfully, what fear is an ally. We need fear. If we didn't have fear, we'd go walking down that alley late at night and bad things would happen, right? We need fear. It's put into us to help us survive. It's just that most of the time, our way of dealing with it is to run away from it, anesthetize it, do something to distance ourselves from it. I don't want to have anything to do with that. Can you imagine what, if some crazy was about to attack you? You're like, hi, how you doing? My name's Amanda. What's your story? What's going on with you? I'm real curious. What's happening? Did you have something you wanted to tell me? Because truthfully, that's what fear is trying to do. Whether it's in your body as pain, whether it's in your life, your relationship that's about to fall apart, your job that you hate, that feels like, you're about to explode from it. It's a part of your life, your experience is saying, excuse me, I need your help. Could you please come over here? I have something really important I need you to help me with. Things are not okay right now. Curious. How can I help you? What can I do? I'm here. I'm here to listen. I'm here to understand. Right? Superpower number 2. You ready? Yes. So, what does fear bring with it that is a gift? Anybody know? Now fear, in my opinion, and challenges bring lots of possibilities that are great. But consistently, for me, for you, I can promise you, when fear shows up in your life, it's got a special gift it's giving you. All those are definitely true, but that can be a personal experience, right? It always gives you energy. Except most of the time, we lock down. We flinch, right? Don't want to get hit by it. And it can get lodged in our body, right? And when it gets stuck there, it turns into inflammation, pain, illness, injury, disease, suffering. And stress is basically low-grade fear, chronic, that's going on. And so if we learn how to liberate that fear, that stuck energy, unwrap it, unwrap the gift, what we get is actually all the energy that we need to move through the thing that just presented itself to us, the opportunity to learn and grow. It's a gift. There you go. What you need, right? So how do we do that? We've actually kind of experienced some of it. You can move your body. I love to dance. I like to dance, like a yoga practices. Start feeling in, like, where is that stuck energy? So a curious mind, where is it? So oftentimes it gets lodged here, all the chakra areas, but it might be in your fist, right? It might be in your face, wherever it is. You can tap it, you can move it, you can use breath work. I'm a tantrika, so I have lots of energy practices and opportunities and tools to loosen it up. And whatever works for you is going to be awesome. But you want to get it out. You want to let it go. Because then, without the constriction and without the prejudgment, you can actually be blissed out and ecstatic right in the middle of a total chaotic meltdown in your life. I've experienced it. Jim, oh my gosh, I feel so great. Access, mind clarity. Yeah. Want to make sure I give you everything for number 2. Yeah. Oh wait, there's more. Number 3. Number 3 superpower. Who of you have heard the phrase, don't just stand there, do something? Okay. I'm gonna, flip it on its head. When fear comes, don't just do something. Stand there. Stop for a minute. Just take a breath. Let yourself get centered. If you let fear put you into a mode of reaction, I've got to do something, what am I going to do? It's always one step ahead of you. It's always calling the shots. And it will always be the boss. Right? right? You have to allow yourself to stop, to breathe, and get centered. Because from a place of fear, you can't access your creativity, your genius. You can't listen for the thing that's beyond your limited possibilities, you know? You can't let in that greater wisdom. And once you allow yourself to do that, then you can get curious. What is this all about? What's the gift here? What am I being given right now? And then you can walk into superpower number 2. Okay, yeah, that was intense. I got to get that out of my system right now. Once you combine all of those 3 superpowers, you become impervious to fear. Isn't that awesome? Yeah. So, in just a moment, I'm going to have you share with a partner. And what I would like you to do is to think about a time in your life. You don't have to go super crazy deep with this. You're going to have a total of 2 minutes each. A time in your life where fear kicked you in the ass, and how it might have been different if you knew what I just shared with you today. So you're going to pick a partner. One of you is going to be sassy. One of you is going to be bodacious. And Sassy's going to go first. Again, you're going to have 2 minutes, and I'll give you like a 30-second wrap it up and switch. Okay? All right.
No, that's great, actually. So, So I'm talking about like where fear a certain time that that's still going back into the chameleon still. Not actually, I get curious. Or then so curious movement. How those might have been. We're going to do the thing here, but I'll chat with you. I think curiosity is one of my, so this is the time I'm spending afraid and I've been talking to yourself. Oh, I see. Because I'm afraid. The first thing that came to mind is just last night around a very interesting and great article. And highly intelligent woman diagnosed with Alzheimer's, dealing with the energy that shouldn't dictate. I didn't recognize that was huge.
Start to bring your share, Sassy, start to bring your share to completion, bring your thought to completion. And when you're ready, switch partners.
I've been writing myself. Probably not with my morning. But the energy was gentler when I say it to you. So I held my phone.
Now it's